you very much, Toastmaster Syed Mahmood. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests who are joining us from all over the Gulf region, and our fellow competitors. Not fellow, I'm not competing tonight, which is good. Um, a very warm evening to you all. They do say that competition brings out the best in us, and that is true. Now, this competition tonight is not only going to bring out the best in us as competitors, but also the best in us as a club, because we are being joined tonight by distinguished Toastmasters. Most of the role players who are helping us in this contest tonight are joining us from all over the region, starting from both our contest chairs, our timers, tally counters, sergeant at arms. And this will not only enrich our experience tonight, but also help us bring out the best in us and in this club. So to all the competitors out there, the contestants, do remember you are there to challenge yourself. You are there to not compete against your fellow members only, but compete against yourself. Now, our master of ceremonies for tonight is someone who will be representing us in the area contest. He did compete 2 weeks ago. He baffled us by his performance, and tonight he will be helping us sail through tonight's meeting seamlessly and effortlessly. He's a young Toastmaster filled with energy, and we're very happy to have him as our MC. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our Master of Ceremonies for tonight, none other than our Sergeant at Arms as well, Toastmaster Syed Mahmood. Toastmaster Syed Mahmood, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Madam President. I will have to give a special shout out to Dr. Abduraza Nowrooz. He seems to be much more enthusiastic for me being the MC, even more than me. Okay, so we'll have to start with our first competition, the evaluation contest. But before we start our contest, I will have to introduce our contest chair. This is the first time of me meeting him, and I can't wait to see what he is going to do, how he is going to help us sail through that contest. Well, let me introduce himself. Let me introduce him. He's a professional trainer, mentor, and coach for the last 17 years, and currently working as a senior lecturer at the Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, or AKA BIBF. He is District 20 Evaluation Champion for the year 2019-2020 and a lifelong lover of language and literature. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Hisham Jiffry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. It's my pleasure to have met you too. Distinguished judges, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, good evening to you. Welcome to the evaluation contest of BATCO Toastmasters for the year 2020-2021. My name is DTM Hisham Jiffry, and it is my absolute pleasure to be your contest master for this event. Today's evaluation contest hopes to encourage development of evaluation skills and to recognize the best as encouragement to all. It also provides an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient and speakers and challenging evaluators who have benefited from their Toastmasters training and which takes the winner all the way up to the district level. We have a distinguished panel of judges led by distinguished Toastmaster Mufid Mustafa to select the winners. Before we commence the contest, we must remind ourselves of some of the rules under which these contests are held. The contestants and the sergeant at arms have been briefed of the rules by the contest masters. The judges, tally counters, and timers have been briefed on their duties by the chief judge. Contestants have also drawn their speaking order as follows. Judges and timers, please note their names, and their names are also shared on the agenda for spelling purposes. Let's do this. Contestant number 1, P K Parashar. Contestant number 1, P K Parashar. Contestant number 2, Mahmood Hayki. Contestant number 2, Mahmood Hayki. Contestant number 3, Alpesh Gurjar. Contestant number 3, Alpesh Gurjar. Contestant number 4, Abdul Redha Al Nowrooz. Contestant number 4, Abdul Redha Al Nowrooz. Contestant number 5, Waleed Othman. Contestant number 5, Waleed Othman. Contestant number 6, Mohamed Ali. Contestant number 6, Mohamed Ali. Contestant number 7, Abdul Hadi Al Attar. Contestant number 7, Abdul Hadi Al Attar. And contestant number 8, Syed Raza. Contestant number 8, Syed Raza. These are our contestants. Let's give them a warm round of applause. Contestants should ensure proper internet connectivity, enough lighting, and be aware of their surroundings. Contestants must set up a stage visible through their camera throughout the speech duration. Contestants are required to organize their speaking place so they are visible through the camera throughout the duration of their speech. Contestants must ensure proper audio and video setup before their speech. Contestants should use a microphone, preferably wireless, during their speeches. Contestants must always keep their video on. Contestants' microphone should always be muted unless called upon to start their speeches. Contestants are required to adhere to the profile naming standards, which we have discussed, and are not permitted to change their profile name during the contest without prior approval from the contest master. When introduced to give your contest speech, ensure that the video and the audio is on. Select pin video at the video of the timer with the signaling device, that is the main timer. Contestants will not be able to compete unless they are able to share their video and be visible and audible to all. In case of technology failure and the chief judge determines that the contest can no longer continue due to a lack of contestants or contest officials, the contest will be reconvened at a later date or time. In case of technology failure and only one contestant is impacted, the chief judge should pause the contest until the technology issue is resolved. The contestant should resume the speech at the point at which technology failed and will be allowed 30 seconds extra overtime before being disqualified. During the technology failure, the affected contestant is requested to communicate to the contest master or the chief judge using WhatsApp or phone. Each contestant will be introduced by announcing the contestant's number, the contestant's name, and the contestant's number. Upon being introduced, the contestant should be ready at their speaking position. The contestants will be asked by the Chief Sergeant at Arms on his readiness before the timing begins. Before the contest begins, there will be a test speech of 5 to 7 minutes for the evaluation contestants to evaluate. Timer, please time this speech and inform us of the time taken by the test speaker. After the test speech, all contestants will be moved to the isolation room by the Chief Sergeant at Arms, and 5 minutes of silence will be observed for the contestants to write their notes. When the 5 minutes have elapsed, the contestant number 1 will be escorted by the Chief Sergeant at Arms to the main room, and the others will wait in the isolation room and will be called in one by one. Evaluation shall be 2 to 3 minutes. Contestants who speak less than 1 minute and 30 seconds or more than 3 minutes and 30 seconds will be disqualified. Timers, in case you are using your cell phone for timing, please set your phone in the do not disturb or airplane mode. The timers will allow the speaker to be ready upon reaching the speaking position and will only be ready for timing after hearing the formal introduction of the speaker by the contest master. The timing will begin with the contestant's first verbal or non-verbal communication with the audience. This is usually the first word uttered by the contestant. The timers can have the respective lights on while I read the timing criteria. So, Mr. Timer, if we are ready, let's do the timing criteria. The green signal will be displayed at 2 minutes and remain displayed for 30 seconds. So you will see the timer has displayed the green signal on his background. The amber signal will be displayed at 2.5 minutes and remain displayed for 30 seconds. So you will see the timer's video has now become amber. The red signal will be displayed at 3 minutes and will remain displayed until the speech is concluded. No audible device will be used to indicate overtime period. In the event of technical failure or the signal of the main timer, a speaker is allowed 30 seconds extra before being disqualified. In case of technical failure of the main timer, the contestants will hear the backup timer mentioning the time as an audio message. The same timing principles will apply, and make sure that you do not stop speaking even if the timing fails. Continue to speak because you will have 30 seconds extra. The audience is reminded to observe decorum throughout the contest. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, silence is a virtue. Here are some reminders. Audience, please ensure your cameras are turned off and the microphones are muted during the contest. Please avoid entering or leaving the contest room back and forth, as the co-hosts have been instructed to hold you in the waiting room while the speech is on. Refrain from movement while the camera is on during speeches. Stay seated and stay present. If you need to move, please stop the video. It is not recommended to use the chat box during any speech. Only contestants and judges can protest. All decisions of the judges are final. Are there any questions?
Mr. Contest Master,
Yes, Mr.
may
Chief
I
Sergeant.
ask the two contestant number 2, Toastmaster Mahmood, and contestant number 3, Toastmaster Alpesh, to switch on their camera.
Contestants, would you switch on your cameras, please? There he is. And contestant number 2. Contestant number 2, Mahmood. Has he had a case of evaluation nerves? Evaluator number 2. Let's see your face.
Excuse me, may I interrupt here? Who's evaluator number 5?
Evaluator number 5 is Waleed Othman.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Mahmood was on the screen for a period.
Mr. Chief Judge, shall we give him a few seconds?
In fact, I saw the name only, but I did not see him in person.
Yes, Toastmaster Mahmood was here.
I think he's setting up his stage because I switched on his camera and he said,
There
there we go.
he is.
He's here.
There he is.
1, 2,
Nice to
3,
see you, Toastmaster Mahmood. All good?
5,
We missed you.
6, 7, 8. Okay, you can go ahead.
Great. Contestants, are you ready? Timer Are you ready? Audience, are you ready? Chief Judge, are your judges ready? Can we begin the contest?
Yes, go ahead.
Fabulous. That brings us now to an important part of the evaluation contest, our test speaker. Allow me to introduce the test speaker for today. Our test speaker is Sundar Ramalingam with the speech title, Where is my trophy? Where is my trophy? Sundar Ramalingam.
Toastmaster Sundar,
Am I audible?
how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you.
You're audible and visible.
Thank you very much.
May I remind you to pin the timer if not already done?
I have pinned the timer already.
Great. So whenever you are ready, you can just give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you, DTM Khalid. Let me introduce the test speaker one more time. Sundar Ramalingam, where is my trophy? Where is my trophy? Sundar Ramalingam.
It was sports day at school, a day to showcase the fastest, tallest, and the strongest of them all. As always, I was an outstanding sportsman, standing out in the crowd and cheering out loud. As the day came to a close, glittering trophies such as these were waiting to be taken by the winners. I wished that I had one of those. Unfortunately, I was left wondering, where is my trophy? Contest chair, judges, and all my dear friends, trophies such as these are indeed coveted. If there is anyone among you in the audience who doesn't like to hold a trophy, please indicate with a show of hands. Thanks to the virtual platform, I see any raised hands. In fact, as curtains come down on a great contest as that of today, the unanimous question on every person's mind on and off the stage is, who did well? Who was the best? Who takes the trophy? I was no different. Curtains were coming down on the Division B semi-final speech contest 2019-2020. And the results were being announced, and I had given my best shot ever. Reflecting on those days of scripting, rehearsing, and improvising on my speech, I realized that I had worked on my body language so much that I had climbed a mountain, pulled a tug of war, and even rolled over on the stage. Working on my visual vocal variety, I had spoken like my dad, cried like my mother, and even sang like a little child. Visualizing my facial expressions, I had laughed, cried, and even fell silent all at once. The names of the winners were being read out by the contest master, and my name was not there. It was as if everything around me was falling down to the earth. Although a voice inside me was telling, Sundar, there is always, or there could always be someone better than you, dark clouds were brewing up with a heavy heart filled with sorrow. Being one of the first virtual contests, there was a lot of setup to be dismantled, and I chose to sink my heavy heart in doing those shows. As if my face was the index of the mind, my daughter ran up to me and said, Papa, please help me finish this crossword. Prashu, go away. It's okay, you can do it. No, Papa, I have to do it by tonight. It's for a contest. Contest again. Despite my reluctance, she pulled me her way. And for the next 3 hours, we broke our heads, emptied all the bookshelves, and even approached Professor Google for just 5 crossword clues. It was indeed a difficult crossword puzzle all about airplanes. Neither I nor she knew anything about. Nevertheless, after that exercise was over, when my daughter said, "Hooray, Papa, we did it!" I did not remember anything that happened earlier that day. And my heart felt light like a feather. A great man once said, "The greatest things are the simplest." All through our life, we run behind great ambitions, accomplishments, and achievements, but forget to realize the simple things. In fact, the greatest ambition could be as simple as enjoying a bright, sunny day surrounded by loved ones. Do you disagree? Well, that has been the greatest realization in the past 1 year when we have been through a roller coaster ride because of COVID-19. Waking up to see your loved ones was a gift. Do you think that I lost my trophy? Fast forward 6 months, I was preparing for yet another contest season, and it was the D-Day when I had to deliver my speech at the club contest. I was all set. But guess what? Right at that evening, when I was supposed to deliver my contest speech, I was called in the hospital emergency to treat a mentally challenged child. As I was walking across the hospital corridor, the public address system was announcing, "Dr. Sundar, this is an urgent call for you. Please report to the emergency immediately." It was as if the contest master was calling me to deliver my speech. Lost opportunity. Do you think? But I disagree. I found my trophy in the smile of that mentally challenged child who was treated of her pain. And I found it again in the tears of joy on her parents. Friends, to quote Winston Churchill, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. When I failed to get something that I wanted badly, I was down, broken. But my daughter showed me that love is one thing that can lift up anything heavy and lighten up your life. When I missed my opportunity to speak at the club contest, I realized that giving away kindness in whatever simple way that you can in your life is worth more than several trophies. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, I have found the answer to my original question: where is my trophy? It's up to you. It's in your hands. Go find yours. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam. Mr. Timer, would you please tell us the time taken by the test speaker?
Contest Master, the time taken by the test speaker is 6 minutes 55 seconds.
Thank you very much, Mr.
By
Timer.
the test speaker is 6 minutes 55 seconds.
Objection. I mean, it's too late, but I think that was not a good question.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's too late, but knowing the time of the speech was not really required. That might affect the judges. That might add some points to the evaluators. However, it's done. We cannot.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Judge.
Thank you.
I now request the Sergeant at Arms to escort all the contestants and the timer to the isolation room. Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, Would you please escort all contestants to the isolation room?
Sure. May I ask all of the contestants to keep their video on while they are in the isolation room? Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Hayki, could you please keep your camera on, please? Thank you. Contest Master, I confirm that all of the contestants, along with the Chief Judge, 2 Sergeant Arms, and a timer, are in the isolation room.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms. So we will now await the return of the Chief Judge before we commence the contest. Thank you very much, Mr. Timer.
Yeah.
Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, may we bring the Chief
No,
Judge?
wait.
May we bring the Chief Judge back to the main room?
I think we better wait for him, Contest Master, because they would be having their
Sure.
own timing as well inside. But,
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The time 4 minutes from here is okay, but we don't know the other side.
true, true.
Let's wait for his return.
It's always the timing in the main room quicker than the isolation.
Definitely.
I can see the Chief Judge
Yes,
back
come
in
back.
the main.
Welcome back, Mr. Chief Judge. All
Thank
in
you.
order, I hope.
Hopefully, yes. Go ahead.
Fantastic. That's fabulous. So maybe commence the contest and bring back contestant number 1.
Sure.
Fantastic.
On his way.
Mr. Chief. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster P K Parashar. I will now hand you over to the Chief Sergeant at Arms to prepare you for the contest. ATM Khalid, the contestant is all yours.
Toastmaster P K Parashar,
Yes, please.
how are you doing today?
Okay, I'm doing good.
Great. May I remind you to pin the timer, please, and a note to timer number 2 if you can switch off your video, please.
Pin the timer.
Yes, timer with a blue screen.
Did I pin it?
Only you would know. Could I help you with that? You go to this video.
Yes.
Go to the video of the timer. You'd see 3 dots on the top right corner.
A video
Click
of the
on
timer.
Yes, the video of the timer.
1 minute. 1 minute. I went to my video.
No, to his video. To the video of the timer.
Video of the timer. Let me see the video. Where is the timer?
Timer, can you say a few words?
This is the timer. Can you please see the blue screen? So you can now see the green.
Yes.
Yeah. You can press 3 dots.
I don't see the 3 dots here.
Okay. Can you maybe just put that on the gallery view?
Gallery view.
You would
Yeah,
be able
timer 2 or timer 2?
No, timer. No, just timer with a blue screen.
Okay, yes, right.
If you can see the timer now.
Yes, I can see the timer. Yeah, pin.
Okay.
I did it.
Pin. Manage. Great. So whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position and give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind.
Prepare myself.
Now you will not see yourself now. The timer is pinned, so that's fine. We
I
can
cannot
see
see
you.
myself now.
No, we can see you.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Great. Good luck. Contest Master, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 1, P K Parashar. P K Parashar, contestant number 1.
Life is about accepting the challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward and serving the journey. Contest chair and fellow Toastmasters, after listening to Toastmaster Sundarajan's speech, who here not going to make round the applause for such a beautiful, entertaining speech. How much we human love story telling. Congratulations to Toastmaster Sundar Rajan for absolutely entertaining and encouraging speech. Where is my trophy? What I love about the speech, that speaker was very confident and he did not feel any nervousness. Even he did not receive the trophy, even though he was expecting this trophy. You engage all the audience and they were laughing and connecting with you. You talk about a dream of what you were expecting the trophy. What you shut up, you talk about your dream, then you talk about your daughter who was uh, who asked you to solve the crossword clue. What you should have improved your body language, your hand gesture, your facial gesture. However, you have to add more poses in your speech. I have recommendation for you to improve. Speech has moral. Do not judge the book by the cover. What you miss in that is the action. When you talk about, you should have given a little time to the audience by having some pauses in between. Although your story was the self-made story, that is, I really liked it. Speech is like a hammer, body in the center, held by two pillars, like a beginning and end. Your beginning was very good. You started the quotation. Your body was fantastic. You talk about your daughter, crossword clue. Exactly, you nailed the humor. Your emotional can be improved by adding more intensity into that speech. And your conclusion in the end, something you leave as impact on the stage for the audience. Only the thing you should have asked the audience when you did not receive the trophy, you should have asked the audience, what do you feel if suppose it happened to you? Meaning your story was well, and I like it and I enjoy it. Back to Ernst.
Thank you very much, contestant number 1, PK Parashar. Let us observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, may we have the next contestant in the main room, please? Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Do we have contestant number 2 in the room?
Not yet. Contest master, he's on his way.
Thank you, Mr. Jeet. Contestant number 2, Mahmood, welcome to the main room. Contestant number 2, welcome to the main room. Mr. Sergeant at
Toastmaster.
Arms,
Sure.
the contestant is all
Toastmaster.
yours.
Toastmaster Mahmood,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
wonderful.
May I remind you to pin the timer, please, if not already done?
All right.
Great. So whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position. Give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 2, Mahmood Al-Hayki. Mahmood Al-Hayki, contestant number 2.
Thank you. I would like to start with a quote that I remember while listening to the evaluation speech. The success is measured by the amount of enjoyment we are feeling. Chief Judge, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, good evening. The evaluator speech starts his speech with a wonderful opening and a great amount of enthusiastic. And I was really engaged and enjoyed listening to his speech. And he had a wonderful hand gesture, voice variety, and voice modulation. And it was great also to hear his dialogue with his father and with his daughter. And it was almost impossible to find a point to put it in my list to improve his speech. However, as this was always said, always there is a room of improvement. And for that, I pick up 3 points. The point number 1 is to try to move in the stage as much as possible with a purpose. Point number 2 is while doing the dialogue with your daughter or your father or any dialogue you have in your speech, is to try to catch the character itself while taking the dialogue with your daughter and so on. The point number 3 is while talking to the audience, instead of pointing to the audience, is to use your open hand. I believe that will give better communication with the audience. By that, I would like to conclude my evaluation. It was a wonderful speech. I wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 2, Toastmaster Mahmood Al-Hayki. Let us observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, can we have the next contestant in the main room? Thank you, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 3, Alpesh, welcome to the main room. Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, the contestant is all yours.
Thank you. Toastmaster Alpesh,
Yeah,
how are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you.
May I remind you to pin the timer, please, if not already done?
Done.
Great. So whenever you're ready, please give us thumbs up with a smile so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 3, Alpesh Gurjar. Alpesh Gurjar, contestant number 3.
Today is the second time I am participating in evolution contest. Where is my trophy? Excellent speech, wonderful delivery. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sundar. In this evolution, I will include introduction, body, and conclusion. Before that, to all our chief guests, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guests, good evening. Toastmaster Sundar, what a fantastic title selection, which is relevant to each of us. It reminds me whenever I am participating in Toastmaster Club for any role. You started your speech with showing some trophy. You use of props, and that was giving it a more feeling of where is my trophy to the audience. With that, you riveted audience with you. In the body of your speech, you have chosen a few stories, and storytelling is one of the key factors in delivering a wonderful speech. You did that. What I most like about your story or about your speech is that you keep on asking questions in between your speech, and that was keeping us engaged all the way. You have used a family emotions with kids, with child, which we all of us are having in day to day, and that was again, it was very helpful in keeping engaged with the audience. Throughout the speech, your delivery was excellent, flawless. It was well structured story, and I like the expression what you use all the way. Very important message is key for any story, and you use a quote where what we give to the world come back to us, and that's what is a great part of the story of your speech. Your voice was clear, crispy, and loud. I could see a confidence when you change your expression at different occasions, different events of your story. Now, you did a great job. However, to take your speech to the next level, I have two tips. If I would have been there, I would have started my speech with a question that will engage audience from beginning. Number two, you have done use of expression very well, but still expression like broken and all those things, you could have put more expression on your face. In summary, the speech was excellent, very well delivered, very well structured, a key message, and with this following up two things, you will excel in next speech. Back to you.
Thank you, contestant number 3. Let us observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, let's have the next contestant in the main room. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 4, welcome to the main room. Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, the contestant is all yours.
Thank you. Toastmaster Abdul.
Yes, Toastmaster Khalid. Can you hear
How
me?
are you doing today?
I am doing fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Good.
May
good.
I remind you to pin the timer if not already done, please?
I'm searching for him. That's the timer. Yes, let's pin him. All right.
Whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position. Give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest masters, all yours.
Contest
Thank
chair.
you.
Contest
Hang on.
chair. Fellow
Hang on.
Toastmaster. Nice.
Let me introduce you. I know you're waiting to get in there.
All right.
Contestant number 4, Abdul Redha Al Nowrooz. Abdul Redha Al Nowrooz, contestant number 4.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and my speaker in particular. Good morning and good evening, wherever it is. Good afternoon. I would ask another round of applause yet for our speaker, Toastmaster Sander, for the wonderful start by making a statement and backing it with a story. In fact, we had 2 stories. What I really liked about the opening is that once you make a statement in your speech and you try to build your speech around that statement and in a shape of loop where you make the statement and you bring the story, and towards the end of the story, you try to link it to your beginning. That's called looping. It adds to what you are saying. It adds to your closing. Things that people take from that story or speech, they take more because it has been reinforced with the things that you are saying. There are a number of things that I liked and you used. You used the probe, the trophies, and you set the stage where you had your daughter coming in and the trophies that you have. Overall, the stage was nice. However, there are room for improvement with regards to your utilities that you use. For instance, your camera, if you are moving fast, you should be aware that some cameras will tend to make you out of focus. So if you want to have a contest degree or a very high competitive speaking, you have to know that your camera might do this for you. It might detect some marks because you will not be communicating at that period. Another one is if you are not reading, the use of glasses. Glasses, not necessary that you need to use because it's reflecting. So it might give the audience and they will try to follow the reflection in your screen, in your glasses. So if possible, you can lose it. What I really liked also that your stories had a component of characters, Papa, and of course you had dialogue, and that gives life into your story. However, if you have many stories and limited time to bring out what you want to say, it might not serve you. As you said earlier, the greatest thing in life are things that are simple. What I took from your stories is that we make a living by giving, but by what we get. And we make life by what we are giving. And I would like to add to that, we make our trophy, we make our happiness by what we make out of the things we have in life. Great speech. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 4. Let's observe 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, let's have the next contestant in the main room. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 5, welcome to the main room. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, the contestant is all yours.
Thank you. Toastmaster Waleed?
Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid. Can I get my notes now or?
Yes, you can get your notes now. Toastmaster Waleed, if there is any possibility to fix your bandwidth before we start, I think that's the right time to do it. Your internet
okay.
shows, your bandwidth shows low to me.
Just 1 second. Is it better now?
I still see it low. If this is the best you can do.
No, I changed it. It was low. It was 1 dot. Now it's 3 dots on my screen.
Okay. Chief Judge, should we continue?
Yeah, please go ahead. Let's not waste
Okay.
more time.
Sure. Now it's better, Toastmaster Waleed.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. So may I remind you to pin the timer if not already done?
It's in front of me.
Great. So whenever you're ready, you can give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind. So we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest
Thank you.
Master, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 5, Waleed Othman. Waleed Othman, contestant number 5.
So contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, honorable guests, esteemed judges, and our speaker in particular, Toastmaster Sandra. Good evening to all of you. Let me start by, first of all, congratulating Toastmaster Sandra on an excellent speech. I liked it very much. I enjoyed the whole speech, especially the title, Where is my trophy? I was thinking, what are we going to talk about? Trophies. And I like the way that Toastmaster Sandra took us through a journey. He started with trophies about sports, moving on to a different story, to the contest, and he took us through many varieties of the story of his trophy, to tell us, for us, to try and find what is our trophy in life. What I liked most about your speech, Toastmaster Sander, was that your enthusiasm about the speech. You felt it that it was from your heart you were speaking. Your voice was clear, your hand movement and gestures were very sound, that enabled us to really get into your speech. Not holding from that, I felt at some points when you got really excited and your voice went at a higher pitch, maybe due to the internet connection or whatever, there was a cut in your voice. So at some points we couldn't, until myself, I couldn't understand what you were saying because the voice was cutting a bit. Maybe you need to take care of that. The speech was very, very good, and I could follow what you were saying. But maybe at those junctures, maybe when you were with your daughter and suddenly your voice pitch went high, there was a cut in the voice. So maybe you just need to take care of that. Another point of improvement that I would suggest is that even though you were moving around and you were using your gestures, maybe that you could make use of the stage. You had the trophies there, you were pointed to them, but maybe you can move to the trophies. A final suggestion that I had, oops, I lost the speaker. A final suggestion that I have, maybe you use more stories than the audience can follow. At one stage, I lost the thread of your speech. I joined it later on, but since you started with sports, then you moved to something else, then to your daughter, then to the contest. At some part of that speech, I lost the thread. Maybe you can lessen the number of stories so that the thread of the story stays intact. All in all, I enjoyed it. It was an excellent speech. And if you try and introduce a few suggestions that I had, it will make it a much stronger speech. All the best for you and future speeches. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 5. Let us observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, let's have the next contestant into the main room. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 6, welcome to the main room. Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, the contestant is all yours.
Sure. Toastmaster Mohamed,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
I am doing well.
Great. May I remind you to pin the timer if not already done?
Timer is pinned.
Great. So whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position. Gives us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind. Great. All the best. Contest Master, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 6, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, contestant number 6.
A wise man once said, "Where is my trophy?" Fellow Toastmasters, contest chair, and dear test speaker Toastmaster Sundar, have a good evening. Today we had a very good speaker who, from his first moment, got us all ears listening to what he's saying to us. Toastmaster Sundar brought a very nice topic. He spoke initially in his speech about his preparation for Division B contest and how he tried to master all the skills needed, whether it's vocal variety or it's changing his emotions or using gestures to make his speech very much interesting to the audience. And he kept us always looking at his trophies as he was looking to get one. Then he moved on and told us how he lost the contest and moved on to another story in which his daughter is the main character and how he helped her to solve her 5 crosswords contest, and she was very happy, and he forgot all about his loss in the contest. He then moved to another story, which is preparation for another club contest, but he got called by the emergency room for attending a challenged child, mentally challenged child. So it was his lost opportunity. Toastmaster Sundar delivered the great message at the end. It was not a lost opportunity, and it was actually his trophy to attend and see the smile of a mentally challenged child. Well, what did he excel in his speech? He used vocal variety very well, whether in the context of having conversation with his daughter or with other characters. He excelled in using gestures from the beginning, pulling us toward himself. He used many stories and kept us always listening, looking forward for the next story. But if I was in your place, Toastmaster Sundar, I can do only one small change in your speech. One of the biggest plots in your story was when you attended to the mentally challenged child and you lost the opportunity to attend the contest. You could have been more emotional at that stage. You could have brought some more emotions when you looked at the smile of the child. You were relieved and you thought that was your trophy. Great speech overall, great content, a very good takeaway. There should be always a trophy to take home, even if it's not physical. Back to you, Contestant.
Thank you very much, contestant number 6. Let us observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, let's bring in the next contestant into the main room. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 7, welcome to the main room. Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, the contestant is all yours.
Thank you. Toastmaster Abdul Hadi.
Yes, this must be a team. Khaled.
How are you doing today?
Fine, good.
May I remind you to pin the timer, please, if not already done?
Yes.
Is it done?
Yes, done.
Great. So whenever you are ready, you can take your speaking position, gives us thumbs up with a smile, if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest.
Contest chair for
Wait,
Toastmaster.
we haven't yet started. Just give us thumbs up for your readiness so the contest master
Okay.
can introduce you. Thank you. All the best. Contest master,
Okay.
floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 7, Abdul Hadi Al Attar. Abdul Hadi Al Attar, contestant number 7.
Contest chair for Toastmaster and welcome guests. Good evening. What a wonderful speech delivered by our speaker today. He started by a wonderful introduction where he grabbed the attention of all the audience. Then he took us through his speech, very structured speech. So his speech was very structured, started with very nice introduction which attracted the audience. Then he been through the body and ended with very nice introduction, with a very nice conclusion. In his speech, he used his body language was very good. So he utilized the body language in several areas, and this strengthened his message. And during his speech, he gave us several examples, and the example that he provided was personal. And always the personal example is a good example, is good things to use. So the audience will always remember, and this will strengthen the speech of the speaker. So, and his voice was very natural and was very smooth. If there is anything for improvement for the speaker, the voice modulation. He wasn't used the voice modulation effectively. He was pausing in some of it instead and just increasing his voice. So instead of this, I think he should use the high voice for the very essential and important point instead of any in general. But all in all, our speaker delivered very good speech where he grabbed our attention throughout all the meeting, and he delivered a very nice message which I will remember all the time from now. I wish him all the best, and I wish to hear more and more speeches from this speaker. Contest chair, back to you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 7. Let's observe 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, let's have the final contestant into the main room, please. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 8, welcome to the main room. Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms, the contestant is all yours.
Thank you. Toastmaster Syed Raza,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
fine, thank you.
I guess you are pinning the timer.
Yes, just one sec.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Great. Great. So whenever you're ready, you can take your speaking position, give us a thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest masters, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 8, Syed Raza. Syed Raza, contestant number 8.
Words are wisdom, and wisdom makes us wiser. And the only wise person is the winner. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and in particular, my target speaker, Toastmaster Sundar. A very good evening. What a fantastic speech, Toastmaster Sundar, and what a play of words. The words that you have used, I have no doubt that you are surely a wizard of words. You made a very confident start and you maintained that confidence throughout your speech. And I could see that confidence in your facial expressions, in your body language, and the way you use the space. But what I like the most about your speech is your vocal variety. The way you said that, how your father talked in high tone, and how you also sang like a child. And more than that, how you had a conversation with your child. You played a perfect role where a father is speaking to a child and child is speaking to his father. That was an excellent exhibition in your speech that I saw tonight. Now, the second thing that I liked in your speech is the drama. And that drama came with a package of emotional drama and with a personal story. So it was a good combination of emotional drama and your personal story when you are called to attend to the emergency, to attend to that child who needs you the most during the time of emergency. So that was the emotional drama that made us pause. And I got to know you a bit in detail, although it was a virtual screen, but I think I know you by now as a person with that emotional drama and your personal story. And moreover, it also gives me an opportunity to have that, the drama that you exhibited and the personal story you exhibited to take you to at a higher level. Overall, I think your speech was a fantastic speech. It was a full package of drama, emotion, good use of words, good use of language. And overall, I think the strongest message you gave that it is the pleasure that we get in giving, not by receiving. So well done and all the best for your next speech. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you, contestant number 8. We will now observe We will now observe 2 minutes of silence for the judges to finalize their ballots. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, please let me know when the chief judge and the tally counters have left the main room. Oh, we are giving them 3 minutes bonus, lucky judges. Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. The 3 minutes are up. Mr. Chief Judge, I will await your signal to know that the tally counters and the judges have left the main room.
Judges are not to go to the main room, to the breakout room. Only the tally counters are allowed to it.
Can we proceed with the conclusion?
Do you want to wait for the result or do you want to start the second one?
We will start the second segment.
Okay, then I suggest that we keep everybody in the main room until we finish the second contest. Then we move to the breakout. The tally counters will move there with the chief judge to finalize both contests at the same time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chief Judge. And so we come to the conclusion of the battle of the gladiators, the fight of the evaluators. It has been a grueling contest. Special thank you to all the evaluators and the test speaker. Thank you, Mr. Chief Judge and the judges, and of course, you, the audience. Thank you for your cooperation. I hope you have had a wonderful contest experience. Please give yourselves a great round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. I hope you have had a great contest experience. That's it from me, your contest master. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, back to you.
Thank you so much. That was a really good evaluation contest. Special thanks to Toastmaster Sundar. That was nothing short of a championship speech. You really gave our evaluator a challenge for today, but I know my club members and they stood up to the challenge, and what a wonderful job. I really don't want to be in the judge's place right now. Well, moving on to our second contest. Our second contest will be the humorous speech contest. And let me introduce you to the contest chair. She is a Toastmaster since 2014, loves public speaking, and won club, area, and division level awards in evaluation, international, and humorous speech. She is Area 35 Director, DTAC 2021 Head of Marketing, and Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club Vice President of Public Relations. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Zahraa Al-Mukharag.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Syed Mahmood, Master of Ceremonies. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Master of Ceremonies, distinguished panel of judges, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, good evening to you all. Welcome to the Humorous Speech Contest of the year 2021. And I'm DTM Zahraa Al-Mukharag, your contest master. Today, we test the abilities of our members through a friendly contest, which takes the winners right up to the World Championship level. We have a distinguished panel of judges led by the distinguished Toastmaster Mufid Mustafa to select the winners. Before we commence to the contest, we have to remind ourselves of some of the rules under these contests are held. The contestants and sergeant at arms have been briefed of the rules by the contest chair. The judges, tally counters, and timers have been briefed on their duties by the chief judge. Contestants have been drawn their speaking order as follows. Judges and timers, please note their names and speaking order. Contestant number 1, Mahmood Al-Hayki. Contestant number 1, Mahmood Al-Hayki. Contestant number 2, Husain Khamis. Contestant number 2, Husain Khamis. Contestant number 3, Waleed Othman. Contestant number 3, Waleed Othman. Contestant number 4, Saleh Ali Saleh. Contestant number 4, Saleh Ali Saleh. These contestants will not be eligible to perform as judges during this term beyond the club level for the same category of contest. Contestants are permitted to remain in the hall throughout the duration of the contest. Contestants should ensure proper internet connectivity, enough lighting, and be aware of their surroundings. Red signal will be displayed at the 7th minute and remain displayed until the speech is concluded. No audible device will be used to indicate overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, silence is virtue. Here are some of the reminders. Avoid entering or leaving the contest room back and forth. It's not recommended to use the chat box during any speech. And the protest concerning originality and eligibility will be limited to judges and contestants only. Now, I would like to ask you, are you ready? Do you have any question? As I can see, all the contestants, they're ready. Do you have any question? 3, 2, 1.
Contest master is just one rule to add to the contest, that no one should reference any other contestant or any content from another contestant speech.
Sure.
Otherwise, they would be disqualified. That's a new rule
Contestant,
that has been added.
yes. Thank you, Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestants must not reference another contestant or speech presented by another contestant from the platform at the same contest in which they are competing. So, contestants, are you ready? Timers, are you ready? Audience, are you ready? And Chief Judge, are your judges ready?
Yes, they are. Go ahead.
Can we begin the contest?
Of course you can.
Thank you so much. Let the best win. Wish you all the best to all the contestants. Now, I would like to ask the Chief Sergeant at Arms to prepare the first contestant, Mahmood and Hayki.
Toastmaster Mahmood.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Mahmood.
Yes.
How is it going so far?
Wonderful. Amazing.
Great. May I remind you to pin the timer, please, if not already done?
Yes, it is done.
Done. Great. So whenever you are ready, just give us thumbs up with a smile so we can begin the contest.
Oh, right. Okay.
Great. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you, Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 1, Mahmood Al-Hayki. Forget. Forget Mahmood Al-Hayki, contestant number 1.
My love, listen to me. My love, is it possible to forget your birthday? That is impossible for man to forget his wife's birthday. Just listen to me. I was just kidding with you. It's not my birthday. It is our wedding anniversary. Oh my God. Again, our wedding anniversary. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. For me, I believe on the golden rule that for marriage to be a successful marriage, the wife is always right. But the problem is I always forget. That day we were sitting at home, watching the TV, looking at the film, and eating some snacks. When my wife looked at me and smiled, I smiled back. After a few seconds, she smiled again and said, I looked at her and I said in my mind, what's wrong with her tonight? After a few times, she asked me, dear, did you forget something? I was thinking, what did I forget? I picked up my mobile, looking around. I said, no, there is no match tonight to watch. She was disappointed. And after a few minutes, she asked again, my love, did you forget something important for us? I was thinking, there is something wrong. And I became nervous. And I looked at my mobile again. And I said, no, dear, I don't have work duty tonight. At that moment, she started crying and crying again. And she said, you don't love me. Leave me alone. And I asked the wrong question. My dear, what's wrong with you? At that moment, she started crying loudly and she would not stop. And at that moment, I have only one solution to solve that problem. Actually, it is one word only, gold. Dear, let's go to the gold shop and buy you something you like. Is it possible to forget your birthday? Is it possible for a man to forget his wife's birthday? I tried to act like it was a joke and I was kidding with her. But as you have seen earlier, it did not work. And from that night, I learned the lesson to not forget. And believe it or not, now I remember her birthday, our wedding anniversary, the kid's birthday, and our cat's birthday also. But sometimes we need to forget. We need to forget to be happy. We need to forget to forgive. And of course, if you are a fan of a Brazil soccer team, you need to forget the big lose against Germany 7-1. They said forget is a gift. And a wise man says, forget, forgive, learn the lesson, and move forward. Back to you.
Toastmaster Mahmood, please receive your certificates of participation for the Humorous Speech Contest. And a big round of applause. One minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you, timer. The 1 minute is up. Chief Sergeant at Arms. Can we have the second contestant?
Sure. Toastmaster Hussein.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Good.
May I remind you to pin the timer, please, if not already done?
Already done.
Great. So whenever you're ready, just gives me thumbs up with a smile so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you, Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 2, Hussein Khamis. Beyond fear. Beyond fear. Hussein Khamis, contestant number 2.
Wow, what this? Insect? Fears. All of us here have fears. Fear of snakes, fear of spider, fear of public speaking, fear of venturing into a business, and most importantly, fear of comforting our own fears. Contest chair, fellow Toastmaster, judges, and their guests, good evening. Fear is a trouble feeling that can catch anyone before stepping to do anything new in his life. Fear is a natural feeling that practically means to save our own selves from any unknown source of or dangers. For example, ladies, they are afraid of cockroach. And even that cookies, also kikis, they are afraid and they will scream, wow! wow, wow, before even they see that real one. But for me, a special kind of fear. I developed it 3 years ago. It grips me and rise my hair dry. Makes me sweetie. Just thinking about it, some of you might relate. It is a fear of table topic question. And life presents us with many table topics. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you a story which followed a real table topics. On National Day, 16 to 20 December, my brother asked me a table topic question. Abu Ali, would you like to go riding with horse with us? I surprised. I say, my brother? He said, yeah, you have 1 to 2 minutes only to answer that because you are preparing ourselves for tomorrow. I was put myself on that situation. What I do, answer yes and risk myself or no and miss it. I mumble my way through initial 30 seconds. Eventually, mumble, okay, yes, let's ride tomorrow. Next day, we were on stubble. I got a horse. I got a horse named Sabha, but Sabha was still under taming. She doesn't know well how to be riding by the human. I was afraid a little bit because I didn't ride much, being busy in other life matters. Let alone ride an untamed horse. Now we start. Yes, go ahead. I start slowly getting my table topic answer of riding horse and saying yes on this. And then I got on that horse. We start riding after a few minutes. The horse was jumping. Whoa, whoa. I was, wow. It was interesting, but I'm mixing also with fears of feeling. After we stop a little while for an open land. I was still on it. And then again, jumping and start up. Boom! And I got down. I took my shoulder on the ground. I hit it. I feel hit right my shoulder. Now I really irritated my answers. My brothers and friends, they were looking at me in worry. They say, are you okay? Are you okay? Being a good, strong man, I say, yes, I am okay. But in fact, I was actually trying to move my hand, but I was gonna move my hand. The pain was started increasing and my body twisted like this. I was not a strong man anymore. I asked them to rush me on Awali hospital. From Awali hospital, I was transferred to BDF hospital after a doctor exam and x-ray. He saw my shoulders joint was dislocated. It has come outside here. He told me, Hussein, you will be okay within 15 minutes. Don't worry. I will give you an injection and you will feel in a beach. I said, wow, nice. I looked at him with a smile. Man, I will complete my horse riding over there. The rest was heavy toll. Ladies and gentlemen, my answer to table topic question that my brother present me with looks a wrong answer. Being processed with times and lots of throw, I might have said two wrong words. But it is a beauty life table topic. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed. Sometimes we have 1 to 2 minutes to try this situation. Regardless, answer the fair and end of this experience and shapeness. Contest chair, fellow Toastmaster and judges, face your fears and answer this table topic. Back to you.
Toastmaster Hussein, please receive your certificates of participation with a big round of applause. One minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. The 1 minute is up. Can we have the third contestant? Chief Sergeant at Arms.
Toastmaster Waleed.
Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I am never better.
Good to hear that.
May I ask you to pin the timer, please, if not already done?
He's in front of me.
Great. So whenever you're ready, you can take your speaking position. Gives us thumbs up with a smile, if you don't mind.
I was born ready.
Okay. Good luck. Contest Master, all yours.
Thank you, Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 3, Waleed Othman. 4-0. 4-0. Waleed Othman, contestant number 3.
4-0? What kind of a title is that? We all know the TV series, Hawaii 5-0. But what is 4-0? Well, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you that. By the end of the speech, you will discover the meaning of the 4-0. Contest chair, fellow Toastmaster, esteemed judges, and honorable guests. 4-0. Goldie Howe says, life, getting old is a fact of life, and we all get old. 4-0 is a stage that we go through in our lives when we reach the esteemed age of 40. Why is that a milestone in our lives? I'll share that with you. I have a theory that we humans have 40 good years to live. And by that time, we reach the peak. And after 40, it's all downhill from that. You don't believe me? Well, let me ask you this. How many professional athletes do you know that are 40 or older? Athletes peak from the age of 18 till almost 35, 36, no more. Then they start going downhill. Rarely will you see ever an athlete that goes over 40. Let me share my story with you. I still remember the day. It was in 2002. I was at the age of 42 at that time. I had trouble when I pick a newspaper to read, or even looking at the screen, as that was part of my work. I couldn't recognize the letters anymore. So I went to see the doctor. She did her tests and then told me, you need to wear reading glasses. Reading glasses? Why? She said, it's normal. It's very normal. Are you 40 by any chance? I told her, yes, I've passed the age of 40. She said, don't worry. It's normal. After 40, people start having trouble reading and they have to wear reading glasses. Since that day, this reading glass is always here or on my eyes. I can't do anything without it. Anyway, it's only reading. After a few months, I started feeling pain in my knees when I walk. So I went to the doctor again. And I got the same answer. Don't worry. It's normal after 40. Doctor, what's normal? Every time I come to you with a problem, you'll tell me it's normal after 40? What will happen after 50? No, this is normal. Well, let me tell you, there's nothing normal about it. I don't know where life goes. It's only a few years back I was playing football with the neighborhood kids. And now, look at me. Where have the years gone? Where have the life disappeared? Gray hair. Well, one way to hide our age is by dyeing our hair. Many women dye their hair. And also a few men, but I never. And my wife kept nagging me. Why don't you dye your hair? You look much younger. Well, because she looks young. She wants me to look young so that people won't confuse me for her father. I told her I'll never dye my hair. She said, but please, why don't you try it? I told her, okay, I'll try it on one condition. I've always wanted to be blonde. How about dyeing it blonde? I said, what? Blonde? Are you crazy? You'll be a joke. People will laugh at you. I told her, I'm not dyeing it black. If you want, I'll dye it blonde. She said, no, forget about it. So we went over that hurdle and we never spoke about it since. Well, getting old is a normal thing. Lucky people get old. Unlucky people will never get to this stage. What are the signs of getting old? Well, I already shared the number one sign. You can all see it clearly. Gray hair. Gray hair is the number one sign. The second sign of getting old are all the aches and pains that you feel. I don't know where they come from. Knees, elbows. Again, that's the second sign of getting old. You'll always feel pain. And the third sign of getting old is the most horrifying sign of them all. You want to hear it? It's forgetting. You suddenly are sitting among a group of people talking about the subject. And suddenly you lose the thread and you look around. What was I talking about? Wow. You got to that point? Or even worse, you go into the kitchen. And by the time you get there, you stand in the middle of the kitchen. Why did I come here? What do I want? A glass of water? A bite? That's the awful sign of getting old. But as they say, age is only a number. And there's a famous saying that says, old is gold. I'm sure that those two quotes are by an old person. Fellow Toastmaster, my message to you, enjoy the first 40 years of your life, because that's the time you'll have fun. Because the following 40 years, don't get me wrong, you'll still have fun, but they'll not be as exciting. It will be an adventure full of some pain, some forgetfulness, and a lot of gray hair. Abraham Lincoln says, life, it's not the number of years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Contest chair.
Toastmaster Waleed, please receive your certificate of participation in the Humorous Speech Contest with a big round of applause. 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. The 1 minute is up. Chief Sergeant at Arms, can we have the fourth contestant?
Sure. Toastmaster Saleh. Toastmaster Saleh.
Yes, DTM Khalid Abdullah.
How are you doing today?
I'm great and happy to hear you, unfortunately.
Great. May I remind you to pin the timer, please?
Done.
Okay. Whenever you are ready, would you please take your speaking position? Give us thumbs up with a smile if you don't mind, so we can begin the contest. Great. Good luck. Contest Master, all yours.
Thank you, Chief Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 4, Saleh Ali Saleh. I forgot. I forgot. Saleh Ali Saleh, contestant number 4.
Have you ever forgot some things? Like forgetting your wallet or filling your car with the petrol? For me, the word I forgot is not in my dictionary. I never forgot anything in my life. Because of that, once can anyone remind me what was the subject? Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, good evening. With shows of hands, how many of you forgot the wedding date? Don't worry, I am one of you. My dad once called me and he said, son, where are you? I said, Dad, I'm here with my friends. What's going on? He said, with your friends, today is the wedding. I say, wow, Dad, whose wedding tonight? He replied and say, it's your wedding, Hadi. Everyone forgot. Even me, I forgot my wedding date. You know, even us in the Toastmaster, we forgot. Especially once we have a new guest. For the first time, he comes in to the Toastmaster meeting and the president will welcome him and ask him to introduce himself. And he'll say, please, can you stand up and introduce yourself? And he will, with big smile, will stand and say, good evening, everyone. My name is... What's my name? He will forget his name because of all the eyes on him. So that make me always asking myself, why we are here in Bahrain called that man Abu Abdullah, that man Abu Ali. He have a name, but they will call him with a nickname. For example, me, my name for 32 years is Saleh. And now everyone calling me Abu Ali. Have you ever think of it? You know why they call us by this name? Because once we get married, we will have a kids. And everyone in the world will remind us that we have a kids. So they call me Abu Ali. Ah, you are Abu Ali, huh? Yes. I have Ali. I have son called Ali. Son? Ali? Where is my son? Ali! 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 That's why they call us Abu Ali, to remind us to find our kids. You know, one day I was in a beautiful trip with my wife in Thailand. So, by the way, you know that once you miss your wife in Thailand, you will find them only in the shopping malls. So, in the last day for us, so we're starting closing about our luggage and this, and my wife start nagging on my head. Saleh, don't miss that. Don't forget this. I reply, honey, I have a list with everything's there. The passport, tick. The charger, tick. Even the free shampoo from the hotel, tick. But because she is always keep nagging on my head, I always think that something is forgotten. Even when I was in a taxi, I hear that sound in the back of my head. Saleh, you forgot something. And directly I take out the list and I say, no, everything's there. So that the first things I did when I go out from the taxi, I open all the luggage to check the passport, the check. Everything was listed, it's there. I turn to my wife and say, honey, because you keep nagging on my head, I always think that I'm forgetting something. But she didn't reply to me. Do you know why? Because she is in a duty-free shopping. So that I become mad and I pick up the phone and say, honey, where are you? She said, I am in the hotel. Oh my God. Fellow Toastmaster, to forget is not a problem, but to forget your wife's instruction, it's a big problem. Once my daughter asked me to give her a chocolate. So I grabbed her hand and took her to kitchen to give her a chocolate. From nowhere, I heard this sound. Saleh, don't give her a chocolate. I don't know who says that. I stand still and I was choking. I don't know who says that. Saleh, don't give her a chocolate. What amazed me is my daughter. She was standing there without panic. And she is smiling and looking at me and she said, Dad, I thought you are the man of the house. My message to you tonight is never forget. Because if you forgot, your wife will, oh, my wife is calling, back to you.
Toastmaster Saleh, please receive your certificates of participation for the human. 3 minutes of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you so much for the 3 minutes are up. And now I would like to check with Chief Judge. Could you please inform us, our Chief Judge, if you received all the ballots from all the judges?
They are coming, but we'll move to the room in a short while. I'll let you know once all the judges have submitted their ballots, okay?
Perfect. And now I would like to thank all the contestants, Chief Judge, judges, timers, and tally counters, and of course, our wonderful audience. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Clarification, Chief Judge, should I open the tally room?
Yeah, please, can you please move both tally counters and myself to the room?
Sure. The room is open.
Well, that was one really, really funny contest. I'm still in shock. I can't believe that Toastmaster Saleh actually forgot about his own wedding day. I hope that doesn't happen to me. Really, I'm still in shock. I hope your wife took it well after all these years. If it was me, I will never let it go. Anyway, we are moving on with our program, and now we take it back to our club president, Toastmaster Fatema Hussain, for the votes of thanks.
Thank you very much, our dear Sergeant at Arms and Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Syed Mahmood. What a wonderful contest. We laughed, we learned from the evaluation speeches, and we had fun. Yes, it was lengthy, yes, it was long, but it was worth every single moment. Now, this whole contest would not be possible without the help of key role players who have been helping us and who have been with us since the start. As I said earlier, most of our role players are actually not from our clubs. They're joining us from different clubs, different countries, and it is our pleasure to have them with us. And now it is the time to thank each and every role player who helped us in this contest while we wait for the winner's announcement. Starting with our dear Chief Judge, DTM Mufid Mustafa. He is now with the tally counters, counting all the votes. But thank you very much, DTM Mufid. And as I go along, I would like to invite DTM Khalid Abdullah. I don't know if he's there on video to help me along with the. I hope we can see you. Did you wear your ghatra and igal?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. It's like me. I'll wear my hijab first. I'll wear my ghatra first. So we need to look presentable. All right. So DTM Khalid, please interject. So whenever you like. And actually, while we wait for the tally counters to do their own thing, I think everyone can switch their cameras now. DTM Khalid, is that right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Everyone can switch their camera, and also I would switch on the audio. For those who cannot switch on their camera, please let me know, because I know some of the contestants, I had to switch them off by myself.
Okay. So we can, so show us your face, your happy face. See some happy faces here. Brilliant. And you may open your sound so you can clap. So it is okay, we need to clap, exactly. All right, so you can see more people coming in. And as we do that, I think DTM Khalid is still getting those people in. All right.
You can go on, Madam President. I'll have my own words.
Your own party in the background. Okay.
Your own party.
All right. Thank you very much, DTM Mustafa, Mufid Mustafa. He's joining us all the way from Saudi. Even though our district is only Kuwait and Bahrain, he's helping us from Saudi. Thank you very much. Thank you to our judges who we do not know. They are in the background, we do not know them, but thank you very much for attending, for being there, and for hopefully seeing your results after we see the winners. So thank you for being here and dedicating your time. And now our contest chairs. What can we say about DTM, Hisham, Jiffry, the energy that you bring, the professionalism that you brought starting from the beginning to until today? It has been magnificent. Thank you very much, DTM Hisham, for being here, for dedicating your time, for your professionalism. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, madam. It was a real privilege to be at LATCO. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And of course, DTM Zahraa Yousif, our humorous speech contest chair. She's always a pleasure to have around with her big smile, professionalism, and her manners. We just love seeing her on screen and in person, hopefully soon. DTM Zahraa, thank you for being here. Thank you for being among us and for being our contest chair.
It's my great pleasure.
Thank you. Moving on to our test speaker, Toastmaster Sundar. Toastmaster Sundar, it was a fresh face for us to see someone who delivered a very powerful speech. I'm sure our evaluators did struggle, and you can see some of them did struggle to come up with a room for improvement, but thank you very much, Toastmaster Sundar, for being here and for delivering your speech. Moving on to our timers. Our perfect proficient on-spot timer who never dropped and will never drop. Toastmaster Naga, thank you. Thank you for being with us, starting from the mock meeting until now, and for playing that role. And of course, our second timer, our backup timer, Toastmaster Ala. Thank you for being with us. We'd love to see your face maybe sometime, but thank you for being here and for helping us.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Moving on to our tally counters, they are now counting all the votes. Toastmaster Manjula, thank you for being here, for doing a very accurate calculation for all the votes, as well as Toastmaster Bida Johnson. Thank you for being here. Sergeant at Arms, our new assigned Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Bidambaram Nair, thank you very much for being here. for having a good eye, a close eye on our evaluators in that breakout room. We've seen that all of this, at some point, they were all holding their hands like they were, I don't know, like punished in school. We'll show you the picture at one stage, but this is what they made our evaluators do to make sure they're not cheating. And of course, to the beautiful, lovely Toastmaster Emma, thank you for being another Sergeant at Arms, for having a good close eye on our contestants. Of course, now our in-house role players, our Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Syed Mahmood, a big shout out. Thank you for being the MC for tonight and for being the awesome person you are. Of course, none of that would be possible without the backing of Toastmaster Mohamed Ali Yusuf. Toastmaster Mohamed Ali Yusuf is our VPE, and I put education head because he has been in the background communicating with our chief judge, with our contest chairs, with our contestants. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Mohamed, for all your work throughout the year. And of course, I couldn't stop and not thank this person in particular, who is one of the backbones, if not the backbone of Babco Toastmaster Club, who has been behind us all the way, who took this contest and the previous contest to a higher level by inviting all the role players and making it on spot, not only a club level, but he rose the bar very high. So thank you very much, DTM Khalid, for always being there, for being the powerhouse, and for being our Chief Sergeant at Arms. With this, we thank you all, of course, our contestants, each and everyone who took part in this contest. You're all winners, regardless of the results that we're going to hear, as well as you, the fellow listeners and audience. Thank you for being here. Without this, this would not be as pleasant and as happy occasion. So with this, we conclude our votes of thank. And if anyone has anything to say, I think we still have some time before the chief judge comes back with the results. In the meantime, I would like to remind the contest chairs to prepare announcing the winners as soon as you get their names.
I can see the contest chair, not the contest chair, sorry, the chief judge still in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So if I may just say a few words.
The floor is all yours.
While waiting for the chief judge. Yeah, while waiting
Please.
for the chief judge.
Please.
Thank you so much, Madam. Thank you so much, Madam President. Good evening to all. Well, thanks again, Madam President, for calling me a backbone. I don't at all consider myself a backbone. The backbone is all of the members in here, and especially senior members like DTM Waleed Othman, DTM Hadi Attar. If I go on, I think I will miss some. Of course, the XCOM of this group, previous XCOM, I think all of the members are really the backbone for this great club. The club that I came to know Toastmaster through. And of course, the first mentor of mine was, I'm honored to say, that was distinguished Toastmaster Waleed Othman. So it all started here, all started in this great club, such great members. So you are honestly the backbone of the club and not definitely myself. I remember the first time when I came out of the club as PRM, Division K PRM. I had that guilt within me of saying, well, okay, now I will be sparing some time away from my home club. And that guilt kept on and on with me as I move on to one role after the other. But after a while, and especially during this year, with having virtual contests all over, and I can see now the chief judge is in here as well. So I can shorten it up. I just wanted to say thank you all for not just the Babco family, but for the extended family of Toastmasters of having not just the District 20, as what Madam President said, of DTM Zahraa, DTM Hisham, Toastmaster Manjula, Toastmaster Naga, Toastmaster Emma, Toastmaster Ghulam Farouk was supposed to be here, but unfortunately apologize. But then all of a sudden I saw Toastmaster Bitam Baran was there ready to take over. Bitha, Johnson, all of those, and of course, not just the district, outside the district, DTM, Mufid Mustafa, along with his own judges. This is exactly what Toastmasters is all about. The extended family of Toastmasters, standing shoulder to shoulder together to help, regardless of what it is, be it virtual contest, be it any other meeting. So this is in the spirit of Toastmasters. That's what shows, that's the ambassador that we show to outsider non-Toastmasters as well. I don't want to take long. I can see the Chief Judge in here ready with his results, so I'll turn the control over to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much, DTM Khalid, as always, and as usual, beautiful words, deep words, and thoughtful words. Thank you. And with this, we'd like to conclude the votes of thanks, and I'd like to hand it back to our Master of Ceremonies, who will invite on the contest chairs. Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Syed Mahmood, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the results. So I'm not going to take more of your time. Let me start by calling out our first contest chair, distinguished Toastmaster Hisham Jiffry, to announce the winners of the evaluation contest. Floor is yours, distinguished Toastmaster.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, I have not yet received the results. So if you would give me a few minutes, let me see whether I can get it from the chief judge. Thank you. Just give me a few minutes.
Absolutely. Chief Judge, is the results for the humor speech ready?
Yes, the results are ready. I'll put them in the chat. Sorry, the contest master, can you please show me yourself? Hisham. We'll start with the evaluation.
Okay.
I'll give you the results in the chat.
Distinguished Toastmaster Hisham, did you receive the results?
If you would send it to me through personal chat, I'll access.
I'll give you the short names. You know the full names, right?
Yes.
Are we going, sorry to intervene, are we going to fill in the certificates as well? So should we just?
I will do it as soon as I have the names.
I'm giving you the names in the chat, so please take it.
Yes, I am receiving the chats. Thank you. Yes.
Cancel what you're.
And Mr. Master of Ceremonies, if you would fill in the time, I'll do the needful in the background.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Mr. Hisham.
So,
Hisham.
Yes, Mr. Chief Judge.
Ignore what you received just now, okay?
Sure, sure.
I'll repeat.
All right.
Okay, since we were waiting for the contest chair to fill out the certificates, does anybody want to say a few words, or?
Do you need some DJing?
Well, DJing sounds lovely right now, Fatema. Please.
So the only DJing that that I can do is by soft music, calm piano, and peace, ambient music, essentials. Let's see what we can do.
May I say something here?
Yes,
results are with the Master of Ceremony right now. However, I have, as per the rule, I'm sorry to say that they were in the evaluation contest for disqualifications because of time. For disqualifications because of time. The results are now with the Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Judge. I have received the results. I'm preparing the certificates. Just bear with me a few more minutes. But in the meanwhile, I'd like to know why Madam President Fatima did not take part in the evaluation contest.
I think you're turning into a DLP, DTM Hisham. Another DLP. For those who do not know what is a DLP, I'll leave it to DTM Khalid to explain.
It's just what Hisham did, distinguished leg puller.
Yes, and we have a very famous DLP in our club as well as DTM, whom we all love and adore.
Toastmaster Fatema, he's chief DLP.
Exactly.
Our chief DLP, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Good question, DTM Hisham. Next year, inshallah. That's the easy way out. For not answering. All right, and in the meantime, just want to check that DTM Zahraa received the results for the humorous speech.
Not yet.
I'll interrupt here once again. Oh, sorry, I sent it to the same master of ceremony. That's by mistake. Well, who is the master of ceremony for the humorous?
I've just sent you a private message so you can reply back to it, DTM Mufid.
I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong place. Mr. Hisham, please ignore that you received it.
No problem, Mr. Chief Judge.
Evaluation. Humorous. Zahraa, is it Zahraa?
Yes.
Okay. Again, if I interrupt here again, once again, we had one-time disqualification of the humorous speech. And that's unfortunate anyway, but I appreciate all the speeches I heard. As per the rule, because we had only 4 contestants, we will be announcing the first and second winners. That is as per the book. It was a good chance, very good opportunity that I work with you. I think I have seen a very good performance today. I'm not saying to say that it's not unprecedented, but it is. I liked very much the organization. I liked the preparation. I liked very much the enthusiasm. And hopefully we will meet sometime face to face or maybe another contest. And back to you. Thank you.
Chief Judge, but if I may point of order, in the new contest rule book, you can announce the 3 contestants even if there are only 3.
As per the book, we should announce only first and second. But however, I'll be writing in detail to the club president of all the results, right? So that she can pass that to the area level.
Mr. CJ, Chief
Yes.
Judge, Mr. Chief Judge.
Yes.
This is Toastmaster Mubin with you.
Yes, you are one of the guests. Okay. Yes, Mr. Mubin.
Yeah, the point raised by Khalid Abdullah is valid because as per the new rules, we have to, whether you have 2, you have 3 or 4, you have to announce all the 3.
Well, I don't mind announcing it, but I think that, well, if there was an amendment, I did not really see it, honestly. But however, if you want to do that, I'll do it. Majority. Or no, not majority, the club president.
Thank you. Thank you very much, DTM Mufid. I think since we do have the 3, it's good to announce all 3.
Because that
it seems our DTM had
announcing the 3rd one, that means we will know who was disqualified. That's why.
Yes.
Maybe I'm not really with that. Thank you, Mubin, for your point, but that might, defeat the purpose.
Yeah, I understand it's a tricky situation here, but if you go by the book, you have to announce. because you cannot avoid that. I understand why you are reluctant to announce that, but it's up to the president. Thank you. It's just I raised my point of moderness.
Results are ready to go.
Toastmaster Fatima, tell me what to do. Yes or no?
Thank you very much. Both DTM Mubin and both DTM Mufid. I see both your points. Yes, the reason why I said we should not announce it is valid. But since it is a club contest, close-knit, if we can announce a third one, why not? After your permission, let's announce the third one.
Then Zahra, you get the third one on your screen.
Yes, thank you.
Of course, the president
Okay,
has the right
evaluation constant chair, DTM Hisham, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. We now have the results for the evaluation contest. And as the Chief Judge mentioned, there have been no protests, but unfortunately, 4 time disqualifications. Let's get on to the business end of the program. The third place winner will be someone among these people. The third place winner is...
Not will be, he is, please.
Toastmaster Syed Raza. Well done, Toastmaster Syed.
مبروك مبروك.
Silver medalist.
مبروك doctor.
In second place for the evaluation contest of Backcourt Toastmasters for this term.
Any guesses?
Toastmaster Mahmood Al-Hayki.
Mabruk, Toastmaster Mahmood.
And in first place, the gold medal winner who will represent Backcourt Toastmasters as the evaluation champion at the area contest will be Toastmaster Alpesh Gurjar.
Mabruk, Alpesh.
Second
Second year in a row.
Second year in a row. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Congratulations to all the winners. Best of luck. Do the club proud, do the area proud. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, Contest Chair, distinguished Toastmaster Hisham, and congratulations to all of our winners, and good luck next year for those who did not win. You did a wonderful job. Unfortunately, the timing was the sword that cut a lot of you, but there's always next year, and you all done wonderful job. And now, distinguished Toastmaster Zahra, are you ready with the results? Okay, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening to you all. I'm sure that we're all excited and we're really eager to know who's the winner who will represent Babco Toastmaster Club for the humorous speech contests. We had 4 contestants, and we will start with the third place winner. The third place winner is Toastmaster Mahmood Al-Hayki. Congratulations.
Toastmaster Mahmood.
The second place winner who will represent Babco Toastmasters in Area 9 is Toastmaster Hussein Khamis.
Mr. Spider.
Mr. Spider, cockroach.
Congratulations. And the first place winner who will represent as well Babco Toastmasters Club in Area 9 is, with a big round of applause, Toastmaster Saleh Ali Saleh. Congratulations to all the winners. Please prepare yourself for the area contest. It's on 12th of February. Wish you all the best, and back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, Constance Chair, distinguished Toastmaster Zahra, and congratulations to all of our winners. Well, this fun and long day has come to an end, and we finally take it back to our Madam President, Toastmaster Fatema Hussain, for her closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Syed, Mahmood, and everyone who came in tonight's meeting. I'll have to say it is unfortunate that we had 5 disqualifications because of timing in general, 4 in one contest in particular, and 1 in the fourth contest, which reminds us, yes, timing is essential, timing is important. Even if you're doing an excellent job, if you hit 2:31, unfortunately, that's the sword. So let's keep an eye on our time. Our time is running up. In fact, we did finish way earlier than we have expected. It is 9:26, and I'm sure most of us here are ready to have some dinner, eat, and go back home if you're not at home. However, before we end, again, I'd like to thank each and every person, especially to our guests, role players, distinguished Toastmasters, and everyone who came and joined us in tonight's meeting. Let's take a group picture as we adjourn the meeting. So for everyone who's there available, please put your video on so we can take a group photo. And as everybody is putting their videos on as we wait, I'd like to remind everyone that our area contest, yes, is on the 12th of February. Not only that we're going to have contestants there, but we need to be there to support the contest and take on leadership roles, such as the chairperson, chief sergeant at arms, IT person, education head, timer, tally counter. There are still some places and vacancies that we need to fill as a club. It is our home area, so let us be there. And as an aspiring DLP, I'd like to ask a very special chief sergeant at arms to perhaps do the exact same thing that he did in tonight's meeting in the area. So I leave it to his own discretion, but I'm learning how to be a DLP. All right, so do we have everyone here? Can we have more people? All right. Oh, yes, yes. It's okay, you can wear your ghatra, you can wear your igal if you're wearing hijab. Put your hijab on. And that's it. Yeah, you can put your cowboy hat on. All right. Okay, and say cheese. Smile to the camera. Yes, cheese. We have Sayda. Cheese. Cheese. Cheese, haris, if you're hungry.
Jasmine.
Jasmine, oh. Jasmine Zoli in Bahrain. Come on, we have people from Kuwait, we have people from Saudi. They're most welcome to come to Bahrain.
There is Jasmine in Saudi, Toastmaster Fatema.
There is Jasmine in Saudi?
It's famous.
Yes.
Huh? We know Jasmine.
Whoa. All right. With the thumbs up again.
خلصنا.
La, another one. Beautiful. And now we call meeting number 330 adjourned. Thank you for coming. You can stay here, socialize. It will be open. So just be here. Unmute yourself and you can chat.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
I think I might miss some of the names.
Always a pleasure.
Might miss some of the names. So thanks to all of whoever came and out. Some just came out of on the same day. Some of them came on the same day. Toastmaster Ala, I know that her area contest is day after tomorrow. And she also volunteered to be here regardless of whatever busy schedule she's going through.
Yes. And a special thanks.
Toastmaster
You're welcome.
Peter as well.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And congratulations for the winners. This was a wonderful contest. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, RCGD, for giving me this opportunity to be with you in Bahrain.
See, without any flights, any cost, nothing. right?
Yes, that is the best part of Zoom meetings. Sitting in my home, I can go anywhere. And my husband is asking me to have a Zoom meeting with him. When will you be free? That's what's happening, because every 2 minutes there might be a contest nowadays. And every day there will be something. Anyway, it's
Every
fun.
day there
Thank
is
you so
something.
much. I'm leaving. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much.
Toastmaster
Dr.
Vida.
Redha. Thank you for
Bye-bye.
joining us.
Thank you.
DTM
Thank
Hisham
you,
as well.
leaders.
DTM Zahra.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
it's my
you.
great pleasure.
See you, everybody. It is
Yeah,
such a pleasure
Thank
bye,
you,
being here.
DTM
Thank you
Zahra,
for having
DTM
me.
Hisham,
Thank you,
DTM
Contest
Waleed.
Chair.
Thank you for being here.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Ah, how are you?
I'm fine.
You good? You're
Your
studying
dad
when?
won. Your dad won, huh?
Your dad won, second year in a row. He's class evaluation champion. So we do have
باشمهندس حسين خميس. يس. الصراحة اللوك ممتاز. بس يبي لك بعد بولو تاي ويكمل اللوك. الاريا كونتست لازم.
Need more practice also and rehearse more, then Allah will get more points.
Excellent organization, Madam President. Excellent organization as usual.
It's the people behind it, DTM Khalid, Toastmaster Mohamed, all the role players. So it's them. It's them who made it.
It's all of them, but we have to thank them through you as the leader of the club.
And I'll take that back and throw it to them. Thank you.
I just need to make a comment. Now, this was my first experience to be in the virtual prison, to be in the, whatever you call it, breakout room.
Isolation.
So and that to be the last contestant, it's not easy.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, we left you on your own at the end.
Yeah, and the live, if it is live meeting or contest, I think the time actually goes faster. But when you're in the virtual, you're just sitting idle. And as a matter of fact, the time when I was delivering the evaluation speech, and that just flew. And I thought I am disqualified, probably. But when you are just waiting, it takes ages. Now, the second point I want to make, I don't know if it is in the rule book or should be included.
Yeah.
For example, if there are many contestants and you're just waiting, and of course you have to have the video on, you cannot leave the place. Now, if you need toilet, for example, what does the rule say?
Do it in your
Has anybody
place.
mentioned?
I've seen him do it when he was sergeant at arms and somebody wanted to go to the toilet. You know what the answer was?
Yeah.
Toastmaster Khalid. Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid, what was the answer?
I just told him suck it up until it is done.
No, the thought came to me that unfortunately I drank a lot of water and tea before we started.
Before you continue the story, please stop the recording.
Yeah, please.
Stop the recording.